Here we are, clan the isms, cataclysm great. Our people out here struggling, trying to make it in this state. Everybody out here doing it, but we the ones who late. Now family, we the ones who gotta delegate. Get that money in the power, never be fake. Stick to cosign for 3. What did he say? Create jobs, support our own. Educate the same and buy back your home. Got 3 degrees, triple 10. 3 PhDs, now we on the CNN. DBTV, let's talk about negligence. Ignorance is bliss, but we can turn it to intelligence. Believe none of what you hear, half of what you see. Let's break it down here on Dr. Boyce TV. Here we are.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World and the Black Business School. I wanted to bring something to your attention that I thought was really interesting. You guys know that there's been a lot of social unrest, a lot of chaos going on, all throughout the country. Protests in response to the killing of George Floyd. It's a really remarkable time in that a lot of people are on board with the social justice thing that were not on board before. I remember, when I started talking about the criminal justice system when I was in grad school, in the 90s. I know it's a long time ago. And I remember writing articles about it, and people just didn't get it. There was nobody that was really in alignment with what I was saying about mass incarceration, things like that. Even a lot of black people, I used to get warned. I remember I used to get warnings from other black people who said, if you keep talking about this criminal justice, mass incarceration, black man stuff, you're not going to be able to get a job in academia. A lot of white universities are not going to want to hire you because they're going to see you as being too radical. Well, apparently times have changed. Now, a lot of those same universities that didn't want to address those issues, many of whom still don't hire black professors, still only want to bring in black students if they're playing dribbling a basketball. A lot of these universities and corporations are all starting to say that they're down with the criminal justice thing. But one of the things that's really important to understand is it's one thing for me to provide lip service. It's another thing for me to actually provide resources backing what I'm saying, passing laws, investing, putting funding behind certain things, putting my money where my mouth is, so to speak. And that's been happening a little bit. But let me just give you a little interesting tidbit of information that might help you kind of see this in a certain way. Not that I'm telling you what to think. I just want to lay it out here for you to consider. I'm looking here and it says, according to the GRIO, the coronavirus pandemic has brought both health and economic devastation to the world. Because of that, it has forced state and city governments to make difficult choices about budgets and funding. Cities and states were previously improving their bottom lines with a wealth of commercial, retail, and residential development, et cetera, et cetera. As it often goes, budget cuts come at the expense of the most vulnerable. So New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio proposed a new budget for 2021 that includes just a 0.39% reduction in the $6 billion annual budget for the NYPD. Yet the city's Department of Education is going to see a budget cut of $827 million, which is 3% of their budget. The Department of Youth and Community Development, which oversees services including summer youth programs, would lose 32% of their budget. In LA, which was hardest hit by Corona, the proposed city budget includes a $123 million increase, some of which will include bonuses for police officers with college degrees and pay increases. In Minneapolis, where George Floyd was killed, a budget passed last December allowing for hiring of up to 30 new police officers in a total budget of $193 million. That's 60% higher than the $119 million that had been allotted for the city's Community Planning and Economic Development Department, which helps low-income residents find housing, jobs, etc. So basically what they're saying in the article, which I actually agree with, which I think is really interesting, is that a lot of these governments that were making major cuts to critical programs because of COVID, a lot of these governments are not willing to make critical cuts in funding on issues that relate to police brutality, even outright murder, blatant disrespect, harm being done to citizens. And so what I encourage you to do is kind of realize the difference between talk and actual action. A lot of these governments really don't see this as something that they're really willing to sort of double down on and dig in with both feet. Again, if you're talking about trying to deal with the criminal justice thing, if you're trying to deal with police brutality, you're going to go out and you're going to hear from the community on solutions to this issue. So a couple of very basic solutions involving the police and black people is, we should have black people policing black neighborhoods, or at least have police in those neighborhoods that are from those neighborhoods. So that would mean that any cop who is arresting anybody in any jurisdiction, excuse me, must live within, 5 miles, maybe it's 10 miles, whatever, of the place where that arrest is being made. If you don't live in that area, then you're out of your jurisdiction. A lot of the killings from police of black people come from cops that are out of their jurisdiction, according to Boyce Watkins, right? I'm talking about myself in the third person. I hope that doesn't make me sound like an arrogant prick. So anyway, my point at the end of the day is that all these, mayors, you look at Bill de Blasio, he's a Democrat. Democrats are supposed to be your friends. Well, if you're my friend, then why are you cutting youth services programs but not cutting police budgets? If you're my friend, why are you cutting the programs that benefit children in the educational system, but you're not dealing with your cops that are running people over and killing people and doing all these crazy things? So know the difference between what people are doing and what they're actually saying. A lot of your problem with police is definitely heavily infrastructural. A lot of these mayors have to get in alignment with the fraternal order of police and the police union in order to get elected. So it's really going to take a deep deconstruction of local politics in order to address that issue. This is not just national politics. Sure, who's in the White House, that's going to matter, but it's really about sort of who's in the mayor's house, who's in the city council's house, who's in the governor's mansion. Think about those things. That's just my 2 cents. I'm not a political science expert. I'm just a guy who has a perspective, and I'm laying it out there for you to consider. So take care, guys. Hit the thumbs up button, share, and subscribe button. And also make sure that if you want to learn more and want to be a part of our League of Intelligent Black People to support the growth of independent black media, feel free to go to intelligentblackpeople.com. That's intelligentblackpeople.com. And of course, you guys know on the Black Financial Channel, we're talking about what's going on with the economic system and the stock market, because I believe black people will save black people. I don't believe white guilt is going to create black power. I believe that black empowerment is going to come from black people. So that requires investing, ownership of the hood. It also requires the creation of businesses so that we can do the critical things that will make our community strong and safe. Educate our own children, create our own jobs, support black businesses, and then fourth, police our own community. So that's what I stand on. That's what I believe. That's who I am. So take care, guys. Have a good day. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button before you go. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
Here we are, clan the isms, cataclysm great. Our people out here struggling, trying to make it in this state. Everybody out here doing it, but we the ones who late. Now family, we the ones who gotta delegate. Get that money in the power, never be fake. Stick to cosign for 3. What did he say? Create jobs, support our own. Educate the same and buy back your home. Got 3 degrees, triple 10. 3 PhDs, now we on the CNN. DBTV, let's talk about negligence. Ignorance is bliss, but we can turn it to intelligence. Believe none of what you hear, half of what you see. Let's break it down here on Dr. Boyce TV. Here we are.